박수 부탁드립니다.
Thank you for watching the video. We have
비디오를
started this
함께 봐주신
ceremony of
여러분들께
ASPAC
감사의 말씀을
2024
드립니다.
with very impressive
아스펙
and impactful
2024에
video.
대한 영상으로 오늘의 개회식을
A very good
시작하였습니다.
morning, distinguished
여러분
guests,
안녕하십니까?
ladies
대회
and
귀빈
gentlemen.
여러분, 신사
Welcome
숙녀
to
여러분,
the ASPAC
아스펙
2024
2024에 오신 모든 여러분들을 환영합니다. 저는 오늘 행사의 사회를 맡은 아나운서 김현진입니다. 오늘 이 자리에서 함께 할 수 있게 되어 굉장히 영광입니다. 감사합니다, 여러분. 바쁘신 와중에도 함께해 주셔서 감사합니다. 더 많은 관객 여러분들과 소통하기 위해서 아스펙 2024 개회식은 유튜브로 생중계되고 있습니다. 이곳에 직접 참석하실 수 없었다고 하더라도 유튜브를 통해서 온라인으로 함께해 주시기 바랍니다. 이번 아스펙 2024의 주제는 공감으로 소통하라입니다. 공감이라는 것은 단순히 이해를 넘어 상대방의 감정을 느끼고 그들의 입장에서 생각하는 것을 의미합니다. 우리가 서로를 진정으로 이해하고 마음을 나누는 순간 진정한 소통이 시작됩니다. 이 자리를 통해 우리는 다양한 관점과 생각을 나누고 공감을 통해 더 나은 소통의 방법을 찾아 나가고자 합니다. 아스펙 2024를 통해 새로운 통찰력과 영감을 주는 시간이 되기를 바라겠습니다. 여러분의 적극적인 참여와 따뜻한 마음이 이번 행사를 더욱 빛나게 할 것입니다. 다시 한번 참석해 주신 모든 분들께
As I mentioned earlier, we have so many honorable guests who joined us despite their busy schedules. So I would like to introduce our honorable guests. When I call each of their names, please welcome them with a big round of applause. First, we have Madam Hyungjoo Han, President of Gwacheon National Science Museum. Thank you. And then we have Honorable Seok-min Kwon, Chairperson of National Science Museum. Please welcome him. And then I would like to introduce Honorable Jung-gu Lee, President of Gwangju National Science Museum. Thank you for joining us. And then we have Honorable Lan-hee Lee, President, Daegu National Science Museum.
관장님께서 함께해 주셨습니다.
We have Honorable Nam Yong-ho, Interim President of Busan National Science Museum. And then we would like to introduce Honorable Ki Seok-kwon, Vice President of Gwacheon National Science Museum. Honorable Ui-cheol Kim, President of National Ocean Science Museum, is here with us. Please welcome him. And then Honorable Min Hwan-seo, President of National Institute of Biological Resources. Honorable Yong-seok Im, President of Korean National Arboretum, is here with us. And then we have Honorable Jung-haeng Park, President of Gyeonggi Institute for Future Science Education. And then we have Honorable Kyung-joo Hwang, President of Incheon Metropolitan City Office of Education Science and Information Institute. Thank you. And then Honorable Man-sun Yu, President of Seoul Science Center. Thank you for coming. And then we have Honorable Jung-le Ro, President of Seodaemun Museum of Natural History. Thank you. Honorable Han Yong Lee, President of Jeongguk Prehistory Museum. And then we have Honorable Guk Ki Han, President of Useokon Nature History Museum. Thank you. We have Honorable Dong-won Yu, President of Gwangmyeong Edison Museum. Please welcome. And then Honorable, we have Jung Hyun Baek, Secretary General of the Korea Science Center and Museum Association. And then Honorable Tit Meng Lim, President of Science Center Singapore. Please welcome him. And then Honorable Maria Isabel Ong Garcia, President of ASPAC. Thank you. We have Honorable Labyongse Rawin, President of National Science Museum, Thailand. Honorable Chieko Asakawa, Chief Executive Director of Miraikan. Please welcome her. And then we have Jiwei William Feng, President of SciTech. Yes, please welcome him. We would like to introduce Honorable Sibani Simhal, CEO of Daroha Charitable Foundation. And then Honorable Tian Wen, Council of Association of Beijing Science and Technology Museum. Please welcome him. Thank you for coming. And then we would like to introduce Honorable Wei Le, Deputy General Director of China Science and Technology Museum. Thank you. And then Honorable Yang Song Lee from Shanghai Science and Technology Museum. Thank you. And then Honorable Azarizma Azani Mohamed, CEO of Petroscience. Thank you. And then Honorable, we would like to introduce Bu Ui-ku, Chief Executive Officer, Tech Dom Penang. Thank you. We would like to introduce Honorable Siu Peng Lee, Director General of National Museum of Natural Science. And then we would like to introduce Honorable Nur Karinina Karim, Head of Syria Energy Lab. Thank you. And then we would like to introduce Honorable Christopher Andrew Nelson, CEO of Association of Science and Technology Centers. Yes, please welcome him. Thank you. And then we would like to introduce Honorable Timothy Scott Leach, President of Museum of Science, Boston. Thank you. Thank you for coming. And then Dr. Linda Silva, Chief Executive Officer of Parent Museum of Nature and Science. Thank you for coming. And then we would like to introduce Honorable Ashley LaRose, CEO of Science North. Thank you. And then we would like to introduce Honorable Mikko Milikowski, CEO of Eureka, the Finnish Science Center. Thank you for coming. Last but not least, we would like to introduce Honorable Harit Mirametaglu, EXCO member of Gwachoen. Thank you very much. We sincerely thank each of our honorary guests for taking time out of their busy schedules for joining us this meaningful event. Now we would like to hear the opening remarks from the President of the Gwacheon National Science Museum, Madam Hyungjoo Han. I would like to invite her to the stage. Please welcome her with a big round of applause.
안녕하십니까. 국립과천과학관장 한영주입니다. 먼저 대한민국 국립과천과학관에서 2024년 ASPAC 연례회의를 개최하게 되어 대단히 기쁘고 영광스럽게 생각합니다. 참석해 주신 팀맥님, 아시아태평양과학관 협회장님과 이사회 임원진을 비롯하여 한국과학관협회 회장이신 국립중앙과학관 권성민 관장님께 진심으로 감사드립니다.
Person of National Science Museum of Korea for honoring us with your presence. I would also like to extend my same gratitude to all the representatives from ASPAC members institutes and related organizations, both domestic and international, for their participation. Established in 2008, the Gwacheon National Science Museum is one of Korea's leading national science museums. Located in the metropolitan area, it serves as a hub for communication and networking among various national, public, and private science museums. As a comprehensive science museum, the Gwacheon National Science Museum offers permanent exhibitions that covers the past, present, and future of Korea's advancements in science, including the history of Korean scientific civilization, natural history, basic science, and advanced science, as well as technology. It also features facilities such as the planetarium and observatory for understanding astronomy and space, as well as an insectarium and ecological park. Through various online, offline educational programs and science cultures, we are committed to promoting science culture to the public. The theme of the ASPAC Conference 2024 is Link, Communicate with Empathy. This theme emphasized the role of Science Museum in enhancing understanding of various scientific issues by fostering communication that connects individuals, communities, and the world. At the same time, it highlights the importance of empathy in navigating the complex web of diverse interests to ensure the sustainability of human life. Connection is a crucial value for understanding the world through science and technology and for enabling humanity to move forward together. Connection, or link, also signifies scientific and technological literacy, the inclusion of diverse values, networking among individuals, communities, and the world, as well as K-science culture. During the 3-day conference, I hope you will engage in mutual understanding and communication through the 14 sessions, poster presentations, workshop, and the science marketplace, all centered around the value of link. By connecting your experiences and ideas through this process, I hope that science museums will play a crucial role in innovatively addressing the challenges facing humanity. The science museums affiliated with the Korea Science Center and Museum Association are interconnected through a network, with the 5 major national science museums serving as key hubs. At the science exhibition, you can find information on all of Korea Science Museum. It might be fun to grab a map and embark on a key science center visit challenge. With that in mind, I would like to express my appreciation to our keynote speakers, Mr. Agawal, Panjaj, and Artistic Director Lee Dae-hyung. Mr. Panjaj, an innovator and entrepreneur, is dedicated to maximizing student engaging and learning outcomes. Artistic Director Lee Dae-hyung has played a significant role in leading the K-wave of science. Thank you for your keynote speech in advance. One of the most meaningful achievements of hosting the ASPAC Conference 2024 is the Youth Sci-Pop Challenge, an international online competition in which 12 to 14 years old design science exhibits to compete with and learn from their peers in other countries. Although the number of participants was limited due to the short preparation period, the real significance lies in the fact that key visitors to science museums engaged in related activities. The Gwacheon National Science Museum plans to continue this program to enhance engagement and empathy for science museums among future generations. Once again, I extend my warm welcome to all participants of the ASPAC Conference 2024. Although the duration of this event is brief, I hope it provides you with many lasting and memorable experiences. Last but not least, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Maribel, Executive Director of ASPAC, my friend and a dear friend, as well as to all the staff of the Gwacheon National Science Museum's dedicated team. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your wonderful opening remark and warm welcome. Why don't you give a big round of applause one more time? She explained the meaning of the ASPAC 2024 and she welcomed all of you. And she also hoped that you have a fruitful result through this wonderful event. And then we would like to hear from the Minister of Science and ICT, Mr. Sangim. Although the minister was unable to attend in person due to the scheduling conflict, but he has kindly prepared a video message for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the screen.
안녕하십니까. 과학기술정보통신부 장관 유상임입니다. 먼저 2024년 아시아 태평양 과학관협회 연례회의 개최를 진심으로 축하드립니다. 또한 회의 참석을 위해 먼 길을 찾아주신 틴맥님, 아스펙 회장님과 국내외 귀빈 여러분들께 환영의 인사를 전합니다. 그리고 이 뜻깊은 회의가 우리나라를 대표하는 과학관 중 하나인 국립과천 과학관에서 개최될 수 있도록 도와주신 아스팍 이사회와 국립과천 과학관 관계자분들께 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 최근 우리의 삶 주변에서는 기후변화, 인공지능과 같이 과학 기술 이슈에 기반한 사회 변화가 가속화되고 있습니다. 이에 따라
accelerating
급변하는
around us.
사회에
And as a result,
위해서는
it has become increasingly necessary for not only experts, but also the general public to have a solid understanding of science and technology to adapt to the rapidly changing society. And in this context, science museums play a very important role by making complex scientific and technological concepts more accessible and understandable. It is also important to recognize that science museums are instrumental in inspiring talented individuals who will lead the future, and they provide opportunities for young people to develop an interest in science and technology and grow into outstanding scientists who contribute to the advancement and well-being of humanity. And today, the role of science museums extends beyond merely conveying scientific knowledge. And the museums are transforming into cultural spaces that stimulate curiosity and excitement about the potential of science and technology through interactive exhibitions as well as creative science education. The Ministry of Science and ICT of the Republic of Korea acknowledges the significance of this role, so it supports the development of 158 science museums nationwide, including the Gwacheon National Science Museum, as creative and imaginative cultural spaces in which people of all ages can explore and engage with science. And starting today, the ASPAC Conference 2024 officially begins and will run for the next 4 days. And over 400 science museum and science culture experts from around 22 countries, including those from the Asia-Pacific region, will gather at the ASPAC Conference 2024. And the theme of this conference is Link, and as such, various programs have been arranged to encourage active exchanges among participants and to discuss scientific communication. And I do hope this conference will serve as a foundation for discussing the challenges faced by science museums, sharing experiences and expertise, thereby advancing the global science museum community. And once again, I sincerely congratulate everyone on the successful opening of the ASPAC Conference 2024 and wish all the attendees a great success, health, and good fortune. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister of Science and ICT, Mr. Sangim, for your wonderful remark through the video message. He congratulated the beginning of ASPAC 2024. Thank you. Next, we would like to hear a congratulatory remarks from the President of the Korea Science Center and Museum Association and Chairperson of the National Science Museum of Korea, Madam Honorable Kwon Seok-min, to the stage. I would like to invite him to the stage. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
Good morning. President Tim Myung Lim of ASPAC, distinguished guests, including Science Center directors and officials here at the ASPAC Conference 2024. I am very pleased and honored to have the opportunity to meet you all on this significant occasion. It is especially a great honor to extend my congratulations on behalf of the 143 member institutions of the Korea Science Center and Museum Association and National Science Museum of Korea. The theme of today's ASPAC conference, Link, Communicate with Empathy, is particularly timely since it is not only deeply aligned with the future vision the science centers should pursue, but also highly relevant as a key concept for addressing the various challenges we face today. Science centers have evolved into spaces where people can directly experience how advancements in science and technology have transformed our lives through exhibitions and educational programs. Additionally, they conduct extensive research activities to build archives of various experimental outcomes and materials, serving as essential infrastructure for the advancement of science and technology. Science centers must now transcend their roles as spaces for exhibition, education, and research related to science and technology. They should aim to become key links that connect everyday life with science and technology, fostering communities where everyone can communicate through science and technology. There should also be a stronger focus on making advanced scientific technologies such as artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and quantum science more accessible and understandable to a broader science audience. Through these efforts, science centers will become platforms that play a critical role in enhancing the quality of our lives. To realize this vision, close connections and collaboration among science centers are essential. So far, ASPAC has excelled in playing its crucial role by enabling science centers with unique characteristics and strength to share their experiences and knowledge, thereby creating greater synergy. Moving forward, ASPAC's role must be further strengthened to facilitate the exchange of new ideas and activities utilizing science and technology to address complex and challenging issues that threaten humanity's sustainability. I hope that the ASPAC Conference 2024, in which we are currently participating, will become a pivotal role and turning point for enhancing connections and promoting communication to achieve this goal. As the president of the Korea Science Center and Museum Association, I will actively support and facilitate cooperation and exchange among science centers centered around ASPAC. I also hope for increased opportunities for science centers in the Asia-Pacific region, including National Science Museum of Korea, to connect and collaborate more closely. Finally, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude once again to President Tim Myung Lim for arranging this meaningful event and to all the people who worked hard in preparation. I'm confident that thanks to your dedication and effort, this annual conference will be a great success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your congratulatory remark, President Seok-min Kwon, National Science Museum of Korea. He expressed his gratitude to everyone, and he also expressed the meaning of this event. Thank you very much. And then we would like to hear a welcome remarks from ASPAC President, Madam Thi Meng Lim. We would like to invite her to the... It's okay. All right, we would like to invite him to the stage.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. This is not my iPad. I'm a very traditional guy. I scribble my speech onto proper paper using pen. Right, good morning to everyone, and I thought I should acknowledge the Honorable Minister of Science and ICT, Mr. Sangim, who gave us his welcome remark as a minister. It's such an honor to have him. Though he's not here in person, I was told that there's some kind of sessions going on. But I think on behalf of ASPAC, we express our sincere gratitude for the strong support of the minister. And Honorable Mr. Sukmin Kwon, the President of Korean Science Museum Association and Center, as well as the Chairman of National Science Museum Korea. Thank you for your welcome remark. And I also want to bid a very warm greeting and appreciation to President of Gwacheon National Science Museum, Ms. Hyungjoo. Thank you for your hospitality, and thank you for your wonderful team for organizing this ASPAC conference in Korea. Dear friends and colleagues of ASPAC, thank you for your presence and your participation in this conference. And it's always wonderful to see our ASPAC members coming from afar, meeting in person, and to strengthen our old friendship, at the same time make new ones. So it is really a wonderful time, and we should treasure our few days here. And ASPAC is known to be like a big family. We are quite intimate in the sense that we are not such a big network. We get to understand each other, and interestingly, coming from a very diverse background, different language we speak, our cultural practices, our traditions, and even the way we eat and talk and express ourselves are not the same. And yet in the diversity, we are united. And as ASPAC, we value this. We are united because we mutually respect one another. And importantly, we all share the same passion and conviction that we believe in raising science literacy, and we believe in promoting the learning and application of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, plus the many different facets of how STEM interface with arts, with social sciences, with philosophy, with ethics, with values. And all this are important for us because we don't just look at STEM alone. STEM cannot stand alone. STEM interface with so many ways of our civilization. And you heard from Mr. Kwon as well as the minister how science and technology has transformed our life. And therefore, we must also be aware and therefore have empathy of how STEM affect beyond STEM. And I think that is the reason why we advocate STEM+. The power of STEM plus empathy will be very important for us to carry with us as we move on as professional people in the science centers and museums. During the pandemic time, all of us heard about how the pandemic has accelerated the way we need to use digital technology. We transformed the way we communicate science, and we held many, many conferences online during the period when we couldn't meet in person. And I remember during one of those meetings online, I was asked to talk about how I envision science centers and museums transforming. And by the way, earlier, Mr. Kwon as well as the minister did talk about science centers are transforming. And I then use the metaphor, character in the Chinese classic Journey to the West. If you know of this classic story of how three very interesting, almost superhero accompanying the monk journey to the West to collect the scripture. And I gave my talk focusing on that monkey king, Sun Wukong. Because Sun Wukong is really a transformer. And Sun Wukong can transform by enlarging itself, very flexible, can even shrink himself to become very, very small. And he can transform into all forms to adapt to the environment. And importantly, he has the power of eyes to see through the truth. Where the demons disguise themselves as human form, he could see through them and reveal the truth. And he really removed the fakeness of all this, trying to trick the monk. And importantly, he also has the power to ride on the cloud. And all of us know cloud help us in terms of our IT. And this Wukong, being a legendary character, in recent time has again hit the news. If you are a computer game player, you must have heard of the black myth Wukong. And this Wukong is again a new twist to how this legendary character in the classic Journey to the West is now a common household name to all the gamers. When this role-playing game was launched, in 3 days, 10 million units were sold. It is touted as one of the best sellers in terms of role-playing games. And role-playing is actually what we do. As we do transformation in our science center, if you were to use Wukong's power to transform, to adapt to various dangerous situations or challenging times, how you overcome many things to fulfill his mission of protecting the monk all the way to get the scripture. And Journey to the West is storytelling, and the role-playing game is about role-playing. And with the world changing so rapidly, we have a role to play. We have to be the voice to educate people and to encourage people to how to use the power of STEM, plus many other things, to tackle climate changes, global warming. In our aging society, how can we build empathy for the aged? And more than once, we heard our previous speakers talk about how the artificial intelligence is hitting us and transforming the way we learn and the way we look at the world. And all these changes require us to play our role because AI can create a lot of fake things. And pseudoscience and misinformation can prevail because of technology. And that's where I thought Wukong, with his eyes to see through the truth, is a powerful metaphor for us. May our science center have that power to really look at a situation and let people know not to be misled by the untruth. And the power of STEM with accountability and integrity, plus the power of STEM encompassing empathy for our communication, will be how, as our north guiding light compass to head us towards the future of our science center. And science center should be like a mirror of change. We reflect the changes. Sometimes the science center can reflect what might be coming to hit our way of life in terms of technology innovation. And this change in preparation for new challenges coming our way, hopefully through our power of communication with empathy, we could encourage people to master the power of STEM with really a passion for positive change. While the world is changing, we have a role to help people to make them be positive change maker, to counter all the bad consequences of the many changes coming our way. And through our effort working with community beyond just the STEM professionals, social scientists, philosophers, people working in very, very different dimensions from we are used to, an important part for us to come together with empathy, using our ASPAC Conference theme, that we are linked with understanding, empathy, and with intention to be positive change maker, to make the world a better place, and to create more happiness in our world. In this fast-changing world, it seems like change is the only constant. And in ASPAC, we are also changing. This will be my last presidential speech in all ASPAC Conference. Just yesterday at the EXCO meeting, as well as the CEO Forum, we have announced the transition, the change of leadership. So later, that madam coming up is the Madam President of your ASPAC, Maribel. She has agreed to take on the role to succeed me. So I'm very happy that my baton is passed on to a very able woman to lead ASPAC into the next height of our work. And since she's the Executive Director of ASPAC, when she moves to the President role, we need to move someone, we need to change her role. And I'm very happy that my colleague, Dr. Lee Song-chun, will take on the role of Executive Director to succeed Maribel. And the EXCO members are with old and new. The EXCO members, I'm very grateful to all of you for your constant support and help. Bobby Serini from Australia, Gwacheon, Zhao Yang from China Science and Technology Museum, Greg Bloxham from SciTech, Perth. And we have a new vice president because of ASPAC growing bigger, and that is Ganika Chen from the National Science Museum of Thailand. And yesterday we welcomed our very first EXCO member. We call him General, okay, Halit Miran Metoglu, and he's from Turkey. So our EXCO members cover from very down south to very far west to north, and I think all of us are very grateful that we have a very diverse representation of the EXCO. May I request them to just stand up and receive an applause? So Maribel, our new president, Song-chun, our new ED, Craig, Ganika, Khalid, Zhao Yang. Oh, Bobby is right at the back. Okay, right. Now, please sit down, thank you. And the change in leadership is a necessity because it's not good for someone to stay in power for too long. By the way, I'm not a powerful person. I'm just your servant. Okay. With all the changes, something will never change. That is the core value of ASPAC. I think ASPAC will remain as a family, and there's no change in the way how ASPAC members always mutually respect one another. We are very inclusive, and we are very understanding, and with today's team, I hope you will be convinced that ASPAC members are full of empathy. And another thing that will never change is the friendship, the bond we have as members in ASPAC family. So in closing, I want to thank President Han, and I also want to especially mention Dr. Bae Boo-yong. I mean, she's been working very, very hard. I was told that she has slimmed down, I don't know how many sizes working for this. So if you do see Dr. Bae and also Dr. Son as well, please give them a big hug. And when you hug Boo-yong, you'll find that it's a bit tighter to hug because she has certainly shrunk in size. And I really want to thank them. I also want to thank President Han for a very warm welcome yesterday to all our CEO. I think that's a great start. The hospitality of Korea has manifested itself vividly to us. So may ASPAC stay united and be linked by empathy. And I wish everyone a very successful and fruitful ASPAC 2024 conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, President Tin Meng Lim, ASPAC. Yes, he delivered his gratitude to everyone, and he welcomed all of us who joined us despite your busy schedules. Thank you very much. Well, as you know, our theme is link, communicate with empathy, so I hope that all of you can communicate each other and understanding through this conference. Thank you very much. And then now we would like to invite Maria Isabel Garcia, ASPAC Executive Director. She will deliver the introduction of ASPAC. So please put your hands together in welcoming her.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I was waiting for it. So everyone was congratulating me yesterday about being now the president of ASPAC. And I was very quick to thank people who congratulated me. It wasn't because I'm not gracious, but it's because, like what TM said, we are a family. We have been very collegial in the way we work, that all throughout the more than 50, I think 13 or 14 years that I've known TM, I have referred to him as my big brother, and I'm the little sister, and Song Chun is my little brother. So we always worked together that way, and we never were stuck on who's president or who's director. We always worked that way. So the president thing did not really stick with me when people were congratulating me yesterday. So, annyeonghaseyo, dear ASPAC family, friends, and to my dear colleagues in the EXCO. A very, very big congratulations and a deep, deep thank you to the Gwacheon National Science Museum for hosting the ASPAC Conference, which now happens every 2 years, which means the next one will be in 2026. We would like to thank President Han, my dear friend now, who has so graciously rallied the team of GNSM to roll out for us this ASPAC Conference with a very compelling theme, which is empathy, a virtue that is so free inside each of us, all of us human beings, to give, but seems to be in a very short supply now in the world. So please help me give another round of applause to President Han and the GNSM team for thinking of empathy. ASPAC has members from 20 countries and administrative regions in Asia and the Pacific, Europe, Middle East, and North America. It currently has over 50 members. We are extremely diverse in terms of language and culture, so it is not easy at all to coordinate a big conference like this one. A special thank you goes to my dear friend, Director Buyong, whom I've been coordinating with day after day after day for a whole year, at least, to make this happen. She worked extremely hard to help us make this happen. Let us give her a round of applause, please. All conferences feel very formal, but I hope we all remind ourselves all the time while we're here that we are in the enterprise of engaging humans, human beings. We are all human beings. That includes one another. In our website, we define ourselves, meaning in the website of ASPAC, we define ourselves as engaging in collaborative professional development through conferences, master classes, and the like, We recruit various methods of science and tech engagement, including, but not limited to, underscoring, not limited to, the usual things that we're used to, including exhibitions, outreach, shows. We reach a wide range of audiences that cover the spectrum in terms of admissions. And we serve as a unique creative public platform for science and technology. Most of all, though, the reason behind ASPAC is this group of science engagement institutions located in the Asia-Pacific region and who have interests in the region, who are at the bullseye of the consequences of biodiversity loss and the climate crisis. We are in the service of science engagements for sustainability for people and planet. We are here in the service of life. There is no point in science engagement if not to serve life, all of life. But after all the formalities of the opening, when we really get down to what we want to focus in this conference, which is empathy, what you will hear in the sessions may strike you in a way different from other themes of other conferences. When you will be asked to connect to other ways of working, living, playing, or even dreaming. It may now mean, maybe during the conference or after, that we revise our own established roles of being the main source of wisdom or for genuine and creative science engagement. So I would like to break open the figurative doors of this conference centered around the theme of empathy with a compelling invitation for you to consider three questions. Number one, who is the missing designer in your exhibits and programs? Number two, when you engage someone in the story of science, do you start from your own comfort zone or expertise, or where the other comes from? The third, whose dreams of possible futures should be on exhibit for millions of people who go to our centers and museums? Who belongs to those dreams? If we listen and engage with empathy, maybe we will be able to transform stories of science to create genuine impact for the people we serve and the lives of our own team members. Most of all, we will always acknowledge that we are always in exchange with our audiences and that learning is two-way, always two-way. Like a Korean play thing called, I'm going to pronounce this properly, Nul Tui Gui. For English speakers, it's a seesaw. And there's a very cute image I couldn't show you. The Nul Tui Gui, or seesaw, I became so fascinated with it when I watch K-dramas, especially during the Joseon period when they have it in imperial courtyards. Those seesaws in that period then, it's where women of the courtyard would step on to catapult each other. So can you imagine a seesaw, and there's one woman here and another woman here. You heard me, right? And then one woman would step on the other and catapult the other one so that she could see far beyond the fences of the imperial palace. I thought that was really beautiful. So they would step on the sides of the seesaw to catapult each other to see farther than what they could see within the confines of the royal palace. I think that is how we and the people we engage are juxtaposed. We lift each other so we could see farther and hopefully better. And every time we lift each other up, it takes presence, energy, and calibration in this empathetic, active exchange. Both our worlds get bigger and kinder as we realize that we all need to remake the world together. So it is only every 2 years that we hold an ASPAC conference, a family reunion, seeing old family members and getting to know new ones. So every time you empathize with a colleague here, so different from you, think of that kind of nul ti qui. Think of the seesaw. Now let us start the conference and see what lies beyond the horizons you had before you landed at the Seoul airport. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your energetic presentation and speech. Why don't you give a big round of applause one more time? Thank you for your support and dedication. Well, ASPAC 2024 will feature a diverse array of programs. You can check the leaflet. And we have so many programs, so I hope you join us and please enjoy it together. With keynote speeches, special sessions, science show, and more, so we aim to provide valuable insights into the significance of empathy and effective communication. I hope you join us. So we're now going to a very meaningful part of our event. I believe you remember as the President Hyungjoo mentioned earlier, this program, we're about to meet the young minds who will shape the future of science, our future leaders. The National Gwacheon Science Museum has organized a special event in conjunction with ASPAC 2024. This event is called, can you see the screen? Yes, Youth Science Pop Challenge. So member institutions of ASPAC took the lead in selecting young science enthusiasts and organized a competition where they developed educational tools to help children understand the principles of science under the theme of force and motion. I've heard that the excitement and competition were intense. So after serious presentations and top competition, 3 teams were selected via very narrow margins. So today we have the pleasure of meeting these outstanding teams. So where are you? Yeah, over there. Please wave your hands. Yeah, congratulations. Please give them a big hand. So we are going to have a award ceremony. Before we start, I would like to invite President Hyungjoo, the Gwacheon National Science Museum. She will deliver the plaque. So please welcome her with a big round of applause. 네, 시상해 주실 관장님 무대로 모셨습니다. So let's meet the third place. The third place goes to the team from Pakistan, TDF Magnificent Science Center. Congratulations, please come up on the stage. The TDF Magnificent Science Center team, consisting of Iman Amin Pracha and Mariam Faisal, created an impressive project titled Magnetically Levitating Vertical Windmill that truly stood out for its alignment with the theme of force and motion. Yes, would you please deliver the award? Please deliver it. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate them with a big round of applause. Congratulations. We would like to have a brief photo session. So please look at the camera and don't forget to smile in front of you. Congratulations. You may return to your seat. And then now we are going to meet the second place. The second place goes to, congratulations, The Science Center Singapore team, congratulations. The team consisting of Tan Huiyan and Yu Lushan created an outstanding project titled Daily Cool Magnetic Train Race that delivered impressive results along with the theme of force and motion. So please deliver the award. Congratulations. She present award to the second place, the Team Science Center Singapore. Congratulations. We would like to have a brief photo session. 네, 기념 촬영을 위해서 정면 카메라를 봐주실까요? Smile, please. Congratulations. Now, it's time to meet the first winner. The first place goes to... Yes. Congratulations. The team from Thailand, the Principal Pioneers. Congratulations. Please come up on the stage. The Principal Pioneer teams made up of Frau Rangsang and Nantaya Singsombut created a project titled Understanding the Phenomenon of Tides that achieved the most impressive results, perfectly capturing the theme of force and motion. Please present the award. Please give a big round of applause. Congratulations. Principled Pioneers, congratulations. Congratulations. You may return to your seat. And thank you very much for your dedication, President Hyungjoo Han. You may return to your seat. 네, 자리로 모시겠습니다. So with that, we conclude the Side Pop Challenge Award ceremony. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a special performance lined up, ASPAC 2024, to celebrate the performance. The performance will feature Hwagwanmu, a performance designed to welcome and bless participants who have traveled from around the world to join us this ASPAC 2024. This performance beautifully reinterprets the elegance of Korea, blending traditional Korean courtly attire with modern technology. The performance is presented by show design group Saengdongam, founded in 2002 to create innovative culture and artistic works across various genres of performing arts. So, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the stage. Very wonderful and very impressive, right? Why don't you give a one more big hand to the performance team? Thank you. The performance was presented by show design group 생동감. Yeah, thank you very much. The enjoyable show. That was very wonderful. Now it's time for have a commemorative photo time. So we would like to invite our honorable guests. So we would like to, our honorable guest will now be escorted to the stage for the photo session. Would you please come up on the stage? 자, 그럼 지금부터 기념 촬영을 하겠습니다. 함께 해주실 우리 VIP 분들께서는 무대 쪽으로 자리해 주실까요? We would like to capture this meaningful moment to photo session. So I would like to invite our honorable guest. Would you please come up on the stage? Come up to the stage. We would like to invite the honorable guests when I introduce everyone. So would you please come up on the stage? 네, 조금 전에 제가 내빈들 소개를 했던 분들 모두 무대 쪽으로 자리하셔서 오늘 이 뜻깊은 순간을 기념하는 commemorative photo session, 네, 기념 촬영 함께 해주시면 고맙겠습니다. We would like to invite our honorable guests to the stage for the commemorative photo session. Would you please come forward? We have so many honorable guests, so please show your face. President of Miraika Museum, where are you? Oh yes, the president is there. 네, 어떤 카메라를 봐야 할까요? 네, please look at the main camera and please show your a big smile. Is it okay, or we have to arrange the stage? 혹시 무대 얼굴 안 보이시는 분 계실까요? Okay, so please look at the camera in front of you. Smile, please, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, thank you. And then, okay, one more time. Okay, small heart or Korean heart. Thank you. And then please stay there. We would like to have one more photo sessions in front of the stage with President of the Gwacheon National Science Center, President Hyungjoo. So please stay there. Yes, we will have several photo sessions for this wonderful moment. So please stay there. 자, 우리 관장님과 해서 저희 기념 촬영을 여러 번 더 찍을 거니까요. 참, we would like to have several photo sessions. We changed our poster, so Would you please take a seat in front of the stage? We would like to have a different poster for the first session. Oh, be careful. We make a different pose. So please stay there. 네, 지금 자리 배열을 좀 하도록 하겠습니다. Please show your face. 네, 뒤쪽에 계시는 분들 앞사람 어깨 사이사이 얼굴 잘 보일 수 있게 서주시면 좋을 것 같아요. Korean heart again. Thank you for joining the photo session, and let's move on another photo time. Yes, what shot? All right, thank you. May I return to your seat? Please follow the steps, guidance. And then we would like to have a group photo with everyone who joined us despite their busy schedule. So please take your seats. The photographer will come up to the stage and then he will take a picture. She will take a picture. So please wait for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. 저희 단체 기념 촬영도 할 예정이니까요. 여러분 잠시만 자리에서 기다려주시면 고맙겠습니다. 아마 단체 촬영은 2번 진행을 할 예정이거든요. 앉아서 한 번, 서서 한 번 진행될 예정이니까 여러분 참고해 주시면 고맙겠습니다. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will take a group photo with everyone in attendance. So please stay there. We will take 2 shots, one sitting down and one standing up. So please stay there. Please get closer, everyone. We would like to take a group photo. 여러분, 지금 빈자리가 이쪽에 좀 많이 있어서 여기 계신 분들 왼쪽과 오른쪽에 계시는 분들께서는 네, 중앙에 모두 모여서 앉아주시면 고맙겠습니다. So if you're seated on the left and right, so would you please move on to the center seat? Sorry for the bother you, but yeah, I hope you understand that. We would like to have a wonderful picture so that we can see all of you guys' beautiful face. So please move to the center seat. 네, 지금 오른쪽과 왼쪽에 지금 의자에 앉아 계시는 분들께서는요 조금 불편하시더라도 네, 중앙 센터 쪽으로 자리를 이동해서 좀 착석해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 다 옮겨진 감독님 다 옮겨진 거예요? 네, 지금 뒤에 서 계시는 분들께서는 이제 좀 착석을 해주시면 감사할 것 같고요. 네. Please take your seats. We would like to have a free photo session. Yeah, please take your seats. We have a commemorative photo session. Are you ready? So please look at the camera. Why don't you have a pose like this, K-heart? One more time. Small heart. Why don't you give a fighting pose? 한번 가볼게요. 하나, 둘, 셋. 1, 2, 3, fighting! Thank you very much for the. One more. Sorry. We have the one last photo session together. So all the participants, would you please move to the front side? 자, 뒤쪽에 계신 분들께서는 조금 앞으로 당겨서 앉아 주실까요? Yes. 네, 조금 내려. 서서. 네, 모두 서서 찍을 거기 때문에 would you please stand up, please? But the first line, please stay there. Yeah, please be seated. Those of you who are sitting in the front, please stay there. Please be seated. But the other participants, please stand up and move to the center seats. For those of you who are seated on the left and right, please step into the central aisle or the center seat. 네, 지금 왼쪽과 오른쪽에 계시는 분들께서는 조금 중앙으로 자리 이동하셔서 서주시면 더 좋을 것 같습니다. Would you please stand up? Would you please stand up for the photo session? Yes. 네, 자리에 조금 일어나 주실까요? 여러분들의 얼굴이 더 잘 보일 수 있게. Smile, please. Thank you very much, everyone, for your hard work. Yes, please take your seats. Thank you. We'd like to wrap up the photo session, and then let's move on the next program. Thank you for your patience. We're now honored to invite Mr. Pankaj Agrawal, CEO of Tech Hive, to the stage to deliver the keynote speech for ASPAC 2024. So please put your hands together in welcoming him.
안녕하세요. A very good morning to all of you. How many of you are in Korea for the first time? Wow. I'm sure you're loving the place. The weather is really awesome. Um, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here today at the ASPAC 24. I want to thank the organizers for having me. This year is special for me because I complete my 20 years in Korea. I came to Korea in 2004, and now we are here 2024, 20 years. So a lot of things have gone through in my journey, which I'll share a part of that in my speech. And I feel very honored and very humbled to spend a portion of this special year with all of you. So today's topic is the alchemy of education. And how do we create a future using technology and empathy? I'm sure you'll find the session very, very engaging and also magical. There is a magic performance that I'm trying to fit in this keynote, and I hope it works. Okay? When I do magic, people say, how? How did you get this magic? But my thing is, don't say how, say wow. Okay? So we'll do that in a moment. So before we go into the details of this topic, what alchemy means, what the future unfold, how the future will look like, I'll tell you a bit about myself first. So my journey started in India, in a small village in India. In fact, I'm a product of the alchemy of education because I come from a small village in India and I went through a series of experiences, a series of educational experiences that made me who I am today. So my first foray into quality education was IIT in India, where I studied about technology for the first time. In India, when I was studying, I focused on theoretical technology, or theoretical problems. If you give me any problem, I'll solve that, but only in theory, only to pass the exams. And then in 2004, after I finished my undergrad in EE, I came to this land of morning calm, and I did my master's at the Seoul National University. At that point in time, I got introduced to the practical aspects of technology. If you will see today in this museum, you will see a lot of good practical prototypes. Please enjoy those prototypes. When I came to Korea, it was the first time I got a chance to work on cutting-edge technologies firsthand. You know, I used to work on the flat panel displays. At my point, when I was a master student, the TVs used to be this thick, if you recall. And my job was to make TVs finger slim. And how do I do that? I have to really continuously innovate, think of more ways. So I did that for 2 years in SNU, and then went to Samsung to work. When I joined Samsung, again, a new world of technology unfolded in front of me. The best part about working in Korea and working in Samsung was that I got exposed to a lot of challenging problems, a lot of world-first problems. And because I got exposed to that opportunity, I was able to think of solutions and work on those problems. And hence got a lot of IPs, a lot of patents that I'm proud of even today. Very recently, Samsung launched this electronic ring, if you may be aware. I'm an inventor on that patent. Okay? So technology is a part of my life. And then, spending around 4 years in Samsung as a technology person, as an engineer, I got a chance to do my MBA at Harvard Business School. Now, studying in Asia, where I was becoming a great professional at solving the problem, when I went to the US, the way of learning was very different. That the teacher would come to the class and say, "What do you think? What do you think?" And I was like, I came here to learn that, and you cannot ask me what do I think. You tell me what you think, right? But very soon I realized it is those moments of asking the right questions that take you far. If you ask the right questions. So in Asia, when I was studying in India, in Korea, I became a great problem solver. I could solve any problem. But when I went to the US, the thing I learned was how to ask the right questions. And after my MBA, I came back to work in Samsung, where I spent 4 years as an engineer, and after my MBA, around 5 more years as a marketing person, as a planning person, as a strategist. And I used to ask a lot of questions. Unlike before, in my first stint at Samsung, I used to solve the problems. In my second stint at Samsung, I became very good at asking questions. So of course, I asked questions to understand what can Samsung do better, but I also asked questions to myself. How do I leverage my expertise in technology? How do I leverage my expertise in technology and my passion for education to create something that makes this world a better place? My question was, how do I leverage technology, my expertise in technology, and my passion for education to create something awesome and create something that is global? That is why and how Tag Hive was born. So Tag Hive today is an education-focused, AI-first technology company that is aiming at making sure that all students learn in a very, very engaging manner. I'll tell you more about Tag Hive and what we do in bursts through videos and stories in a moment. But at the outset, Tag Hive is a 7-year-old company, and today our solution is making impact in around 8,000 classrooms in India, in Korea, and other parts of the world. In the audience today, I'm told that there are a lot of folks who are passionate about education. So I would love to engage with you all post this session, or we have a booth as well in the exhibition arena. We can meet there. My team is sitting here. Our team is all here. They're sitting here. They'll respond to your questions. They'll show you the demo. And I hope we can take this journey forward. Okay? Now today, this is my introduction. Today the focus will be on trying to show you the intersection of technology, empathy, and education. Okay? We'll show you that. Let me, first of all, tell you what an alchemy is. Honestly, when I was thinking about the topic, I did not even know what alchemy is. So alchemy, as I learned through the process of preparing for this keynote, I realized that alchemy is a transformation. In the old days, we used to have alchemists who could turn base metals into gold through some chemical processes. They would put something, and a base metal becomes gold. As I told you, I come from a small village in India. How can a village boy from India come to Korea and give a keynote speech here? Something must have happened. That is the alchemy of education, and for me particularly. And I think I have been lucky to go through a journey, and I think technology these days, especially AI, can really be that agent that can transform change for most of us. Are you excited? Awesome. So let me dive into the second part of our presentation. Okay, hold on. Yeah. So the first piece is the idea of empathy. What is empathy? Like these days, we are focused so much on technology that we don't really care about empathy. I think empathy, people say, oh, it's nice to have. It's good to have, you know. I understand what empathy is. I'll be careful. I'll be mindful. But I think, in my journey as a technologist, as an entrepreneur, I have found that empathy is an essential element in education. What does empathy mean? It means understanding the other side. I have a lot of stories to share where a teacher is teaching something and a student is not following through. Why? Is the student weak? Does the student not want to learn? There are a lot of reasons. If the teachers try to ask the right questions and uncover the truth, I'm sure students will become better. And we have a lot of stories to share in a moment. The most important thing that I have learned about empathy is that it builds trust between teachers and students. Students feel that they can trust the teachers. Very recently, my daughter was getting scolded by my wife. Why are you not doing your homework? Why are you not submitting your homework on the channel that we have where teachers can grade? She will just not do it. And then I asked my daughter. I bought some ice cream to her, and I told her, why? You already finished the homework. You just upload it on the system, and then your mom will not scold you. She said, Dad, you don't know. If I upload the homework right now, I'll get another homework. Right away. So, now I realized. So that is empathy, to some extent. You uncover the truth. Why is she not doing it? Right? So that is kind of, I found that I bought the ice cream to her. I bought an ice cream for her. We built trust. We connected. And then we could learn more about what she thinks. Because everybody has a reason for doing or not doing things. Right? And if there is no empathy, I think anything, in our case, education, can become transactional. It will just be transactional. You're coming to the school, you're paying your fees, teachers are getting paid, they're teaching something, and no more. I think it will not be an effective use of our time for both the parties. Now, let me tell you a quick story about an empathy case that I saw. There's a teacher in India that I got to meet. His name is Mr. Rajesh. In this picture, I put Mr. Rajesh here. And there's a student called Ramesh. So Mr. Rajesh finds that Ramesh is not doing great in classrooms. After the classrooms are, the class time is over, post-school, Mr. Rajesh, the teacher, used to ask the student to stay behind and do more lessons. But it was not working out. So one day, so I was also there, and I discussed with him. He said, so students are not learning, not only this one student, but the entire class is behaving like that. They don't really pay attention, they don't really understand. Then I told Mr. Rajesh, I have 2 kids, and maybe I can help you. He said, what do you mean? I said, can I give you a tip? He said, what? I said, why don't you talk to the student outside the school? Just go and take a walk with him and just talk to him. And then we realized that at his home, the conditions are not so good to learn. The lights go off, and he cannot focus on and he cannot really study. And most of the students cannot prepare well for the tests next day, and they feel nervous. But they cannot share that story with the teacher right away, because it feels a little bit embarrassing at times. But asking those questions, then the teacher said, okay, I understand you cannot study at home. So the teacher stopped giving homeworks right away and said, okay, we'll only do what we do in the class, after the class, and that's all. So that empathy that teacher showed in the class, not only for that one student, Ramesh, but for all the students, by not giving homework, was a very powerful one. In fact, it came to the point where when the students started asking, sir, can you give me some more extra practice lessons? This is how we transformed the journey of a student from not doing at all anything, from asking homeworks right now. So it takes time. We build empathy, and I think empathy is the most important piece. Once we have empathy in place, the technology piece is very easy. Okay, I already shared this with you. So this is how it was before. The students were like, oh, what to do with the homework, and then after that, they were like paying attention in the class and very, very engaged. I realized that as and when I met more and more students, in fact, I'm a technologist. As I told you, I worked on the flat panel displays, I worked on the ring, the smart ring. I started valuing the dimension of empathy much more. Even when I build technology, the idea is not to build technology for the purpose of building something. The idea of building technology is to help the stakeholders have more empathy. Right? And how do you have empathy? You have empathy if you have the right technology that can tell you more about the student. We always say data is the new oil, right? Data is important. What is data? Data is the unit of empathy. Does it make sense? Data is the unit of empathy. If you have the right set of data, you can actually work to understand the student better and work to make sure that the student becomes better. So we are on our journey to do that. So let me shift our focus now from empathy. I think I made a very strong case for empathy. That empathy is important. If we have empathy, students will learn better, teachers will perhaps be more empowered and do more in less time. Now let's shift gears and go to technology piece. Now, technology, and technology is a very, very broad term. I'll try to keep our focus in the space of education, okay? There's no doubt that technology has revolutionized education in countless ways. And in the early days of education, 1.0, the focus was on broadcasting knowledge. 1.0, long time back, 100 years ago. In colonial years, we used to have wooden paddles. You see this thing here? Okay, this is the left photo. These are wooden paddles. They were used with printed lessons, and they were called horn books. That was used in the early days to transfer knowledge. It was broadcasting. And they were used. And then after that, we had magic lantern as well. That projector you see here, that was called magic lantern. So we had a lot of technologies that we have completely forgotten, or we just ignore them. But the education field has seen these technologies, and then the radio came. A lot of things have happened, but the focus was on broadcasting, right? I know something, I tell the students, and they will learn on their own. And then, as technology evolved, we moved to 2.0, as I say, which was more of interactive learning. It was about engagement, one-to-one engagement. By 1980s, laptops became available, giving students and teachers more power to digital transformation at the individual level. And in 1991, smart boards got introduced into classrooms. Around 35 years ago, smart boards got introduced into classrooms, and they offered much more rich experience. And after that, the next revolution of the internet came, which really changed the way we learned in the classrooms. Now, fast forward to 2012, we started having tablets in the classroom. Each student is having a tablet of his or her own, and they were learning as they needed to learn at their own pace. And today, we are in the age of personalized education. This is how the shift has happened. And this is all with technology. Right? We moved from broadcasting to interactive, where it's one-to-one, and now it's personalized. And we told you, we are an AI-first company. We believe in the power of AI. Why? Because AI can really understand the data and be that anchor of empathy that we are asking for. So every student receives personalized learning. And I'm very excited, honestly, of how the things will unfold in the future. These days, if you go to classes, even Korea is talking about AIDT, the AI-based digital textbook. They say that if you have 5 million students, you will have 5 million textbooks, right? So all those innovations are happening right now. I'm very, very excited to see how the future unfolds. In fact, after the COVID, even the teachers have become much more accepting of new technologies in the classroom. I think this era of AI is characterized by the seamless integration of technology that not only supports the educational journey of every student, but more importantly, it makes it inclusive. In education world, we talk about equity, we talk about equality. I think with technology, such as AI, equity becomes a very, very powerful possibility. Because students now learn at their own pace. Those who need to learn more, they can spend more time and learn and become better and come at pace with the entire class. But here is the catch. Technology alone, I think, is not enough. It needs to be used in a way that complements the teacher and the human connection. That is why we say AI cannot replace the teachers. AI will never replace the teachers. It will only make the teacher more powerful. Hence, it is upon us as technologists and as educators to build something that teachers can understand easily. So when we build products, we ensure that our products are very easy to understand. Okay? Now, I'll give you a quick story of another school in another state, but I thought that because of the AI becoming so popular these days, I want to show you the latest in the industry that we are working on. So in Korea, we have this AIDT, which is the AI-based digital textbook. So if there are 5 million students in the country, you will have 5 million textbooks. We went a little bit ahead and said, okay, what do teachers do? They also give homeworks, isn't it? So teachers give homework. What do teachers do? They give one homework to 40 students or one homework to 100 students. How about if the teacher can give personalized homework to every child? For example, so if you have 5 million students, every day you can have 5 million homeworks. Okay? I'll show you that through a video. Our product is called, oh, it's too loud. Nice. Did you enjoy this? This is a new possibility. So if you're having a class or school, imagine this to happen. Every student gets personalized homework. And I want to request you all to give an applause to my team here, which has built this. Okay? We have a team of 60 people. We have a team of 10 people in South Korea and a team of 50 people in India. So we work relentlessly day and night to ensure that we are able to perfect this experience. And we're doing this, a lot of students are benefiting from this. In fact, a lot of schools in India are finding it very, very useful to use this personalized homework because it makes their job so easy. They can cater to each student as if they had empathy. Because empathy requires time, right? I told you about data being the unit of empathy. Because we have so much of data about the students' learning performances, we can use that data to be more personable to each student. And that is what our AI system does. I think technology in education can be really transformative. Every student in the classroom feels heard and supported. Unlike before, when the backbenchers were not paying attention, nowadays every child is the front bencher because every child is getting the attention that he or she needs. The example that I gave you right now about the personalized homework is a perfect example of how we can use empathy and technology to really empower education in a very effective manner. I think technology in education should be just a means to an end. It should be a means to an end and not an end in itself. When we use technology to foster human connection, here in this case we are using technology to foster the teacher and the student connection, isn't it? When we use technology to foster connections and understanding, we create a learning environment where all can thrive. When I was a student, long time back, someone asked me, what is a good school? Is a good school one where you have good campuses? Is good school a one where you have good teachers? Is good school one where you pay more money? Is good school one where you have very good students? I think it's a combination, and if we have to summarize in one word, a good school is one where you have a good learning environment. Because students come to learn, teachers come to teach. So I think a good school is one where we can have a great learning environment, and technology can be that enabler to do that. Okay? And so I showed you the snippet of our AI piece. I wanted to show you how we have built empathy and technology to really empower education. So our product is called Class Sathi. Sathi is a Hindi word which means a friend. And who is a friend? A friend is one who understands you. So again, recall empathy, right? So we built the idea of empathy in the product. So we have this product called Class Sathi, which you can also experience in the booth that we have there. What Sathi does, it ensures that every child is learning. What we do is, we give these clickers you see, the remotes, to each child. And when a teacher has taught something in the class, the teacher can ask a quick formative question. In this case, what is the largest planet in the solar system? Every student responds. Teachers will know in real time how many students responded and how many did not respond. Isn't that powerful? Every child responds in the class. That is the first step to making learning interactive and engaging, because you are having every child press their button on the Sathi remote control. And students and teachers can see, you can see there on the top left, the blue bars and the pink bars. The blue bars are those students who get the right answer. And the pink bar represents the students who give the wrong answer. So teachers know in real time how many students understood what I just taught. So as a teacher, I feel at ease, or I feel more informed whether I should teach more on the same topic or I can comfortably go to the next topic. Isn't that empowerment of teachers? This is what we do. And the best part is, all this gets saved. And over time, teachers can also analyze each student's journey, how the students have done. And then this data can also be used to personalize homework for each child. You can experience this in the exhibition booth that we have. I'll skip this piece and move forward to the next level. This is the video that I'll show you to share how Class Sathi, our product, is making noise in the classrooms around the world. Please, when you see the video here, try to focus on the idea of technology and empathy. So I'll play the video. It's a minute long. Please watch this.
With more than 250 million students in India, the education system often faces continuous challenges like gaps in learning outcomes, in-class engagement between teachers and students, and many administrative responsibilities. In the past 6 years of our work at Class Sathi, we have recognized the need for innovative and interactive technology solutions to address these challenges. Class Sathi, our flagship solution, offers your school the ideal catalyst that complements your existing infrastructure and enhances the teaching and learning experience in the classroom. With real-time feedback and seamless integration, Class Sathi combines a clicker for each student, a teacher clicker, and interactive classroom software to instantly engage, assess, analyze, and remediate students. Using Class Sathi, teachers are enabled with instant feedback, thus allowing them to identify and address the learning gaps for each student quickly. Since the whole class responds to Class Sathi's innovative and unbreakable Bluetooth clickers, in-class engagement is always 100%, thus leaving no student behind. From an independent report, we recorded that Class Sathi brings down the ease of executing assessments by more than 85%, giving teachers focused time to perform in-depth topic remediations and revision. This had led to an almost threefold increase in learning outcomes.
Help me to answer the question freely.
Within the 60 seconds, we have to answer it. So in exam time also, we have to manage it.
I think it is crystal clear for the kids as well as the teachers as well. And by this app, I think the analysis of the students can be analyzed very clearly. Based on that, we can classify the students into like below average, above average, and the toppers, and the classes can be taken.
So nowadays, everything is digitalized. So I think it is the best option for my students as well as the teachers to improvise the below average students and to take up to their, improve their skills and take the students to their greater heights. And one more thing what I felt is in this Class Sathi, the students, they learn the time management.
Through this collaboration, your school can position itself as a school with a competitive edge that offers personalized, engaging learning experiences and a complete education solution to students and their parents. Choose Class Sathi because together, we are better.
So you saw in the video that this is the remote that was with the students. It's a handheld device, very easy, never breaks. We've done a lot of research in the space of education, and our criteria of building the product was that we should build something that is maintenance-free, that does not require maintenance, and we build something that doesn't have a user manual, that doesn't require a user manual. So we have looked at those criteria and built this. And the best part about our product, our platform, again, keeping empathy in mind, is that it works even without internet in classrooms. Because most classrooms tell us that we need solutions that work without internet, and we enable that possibility. So technology, we have built technology keeping empathy at the center. Some people keep technology in the center, and empathy is just adding to that, but we kept empathy in the center, and we're building technologies to ensure that empathy is taken care of. Now, my question to you is, again, why do you think this idea of clickers, this idea of having every child involved is so powerful? Why? Why? Because if every child is performing in the class, as a team, you really want to become better. As a teacher, I also feel less guilty of not taking care of few students sitting at the back. As a student, I feel more responsible now to come prepared to the class. So those things happen through this technology. And we have seen that. We have a lot of stories to share on that. Now, in technology, for education, there's a very important aspect. And that aspect is, so what? You build technologies for classrooms or for anything, but people say, so what? In education, particularly, the so what is, did the students become better with your product? Did the teachers feel more empowered? How do you measure that? How do you quantify that? So we did a study, and we found that the density of the students and the exam score is something like this for schools that did not use Class Sathi, the empathetic teaching tool. This is the score. So you see the score go from 20 to 80, the score of students, right? This is a typical classroom. Now, we found that with Class Sathi, the scores shifted to the right. Whenever I see this graph, I have goosebumps. How is that possible? You see a couple of things here. One is that the minimum score of the student is now 40. No student scores below 40 in the schools where our solution is deployed. We have shown the case for empathy now, that if you understand the students well, they will perform better. Of course, good students also do good, but the problem with today's technology, most technologies, is that, as Bill Gates very recently told, that most technologies in education cater for motivated students, not for struggling students. Do you get that? Most technologies in education are geared or made for good students. Very few technologies really are made for struggling students. In our case, we ensured that we are also caring for struggling students. And if we do that, the alchemy can happen. Just it happened to me. Those students who would otherwise get out of the ecosystem of education will continue to stay. They'll continue to come to school because they are motivated now, they're getting better scores, and they will one day transform their lives and the lives of people around themselves to a much better one. So we've seen that, and we are very excited about the possibilities of creating empathy with the right technology in the classrooms. Now, this takes us to the broader picture, the critical connection between science, literacy, and societal inclusion. We see everywhere link, the ASPEC's theme is the link, connection to empathy or connection with empathy, right? Now, education, as I feel, as I have seen in my journey, isn't just about academic achievements. Most people say, oh, I came first in the class, I scored top in the class. Education is not just about academic achievements, it's about empowering individuals to contribute meaningfully to the society and to the people around them. That is the purpose of education. If we have that purpose built into our system, I'm sure our students will do much better. Now, science literacy, in particular, plays a very, very crucial role in empowerment. The idea of science literacy, if our students are better in science, they'll perhaps be adding more value, or perhaps value to society. That's why we have this museum where you can see different prototypes and understand how different things work around the world. When individuals understand scientific concepts, they can make much more informed decisions. If they understand concepts, they can make better decisions, engage with societal issues, and contribute to the community well-being. Science literacy is more than just knowing facts, like what is the largest planet, or is the Earth flat or round. It's more than just knowing the facts. It's about understanding how the world works. Why does the apple fall down? If you drop an apple and an orange together, will it fall at the same time? Understanding the concepts in real life and being able to apply that knowledge in everyday life. That is science literacy, that is education, as I see. I think it helps people think critically and not only then solve the problem, but then also ask the right questions. As I told you earlier, solving a problem is one part of the equation, but asking the right questions to solve is very, very important part of the equation, and it will become more important going forward in this age of AI, because ChatGPT has the answers. It does not have the questions. You have to ask the right questions to get the responses you want. So asking the right questions become very critical, and if your mind is ready to handle those critically difficult questions to solve, you can ask better questions. I think these skills of critical thinking will drive societal progress and create a much more inclusive and engaged community. Now let me share with you an example, a case in point. I'll tell you about this, but before I play the video, I'll tell you a story from a small village in a state of Karnataka in India. A small village in Karnataka, where we introduced Class Sathi to a local school. And there are students, many of whom come from farming families. Their parents are farmers. Their grandparents were farmers, and they always struggled with science. For them, science felt distant. For the village boys, the village community, the idea of science felt distant and to some extent irrelevant. Why? Why science? A subject that they did not really have to care about much in their daily lives, that's what they thought. And as a result, they were very disengaged, and they saw no reason to pursue science. The students in the school would not pursue science. They felt it's not relevant. I would just do basic math and I'll be fine. But after we introduced the idea of Sathi Tutor, we saw something remarkable. I'll tell you what happened after I play this video. So the idea was, now students can ask questions. Students are generally shy to ask questions to the teachers, isn't it? They'll say, oh, the teachers will judge me, so I'll not ask questions. But in our platform, we enable the idea of asking questions. And you can ask any question. The best part is because we have so much of data about students' learning profiles, we can provide a personalized experience on each child. And when we did that in that village boys' school, we found something remarkable. The interactivity and real-time feedback that our class Sati provided, help students understand daily concepts and also apply those concepts to some extent. They felt that they had a friend now, a Sati now, who could help those students learn more and at ease without any pressure. They started talking about photosynthesis, for example. They say, I'm learning about photosynthesis right now. What is photosynthesis? What does it mean? And they began to see the link between the crops that they cultivated and the science behind that. Because crops work on the principle of photosynthesis, so they started understanding what it means and how they can make it better. The newfound understanding that they got, it sparked curiosity for more information, for more questions, and that brought enthusiasm in the subject of science. Now, one student here in the picture, Raju, who had previously been indifferent to school and to science, started to excel in science. Initially, this student Raju in the center, he was very indifferent. I don't care about science. Now, suddenly, after the tutor was launched, he became very, very excited about science. He got a new confidence. Technology provided that confidence through Sati. And now the student was participating in class discussions more. Teachers automatically transformed their role from being a sage on the stage to becoming a guide on the side. They were initially, teachers would come, they would teach, but now teachers became facilitators. They were becoming more of a guide to help students understand better. So we saw that transformation happen. And we realized that now Raju was scoring perfectly okay scores in exams. So earlier we talked about schooling and education being about academic achievement. Academic achievement is a given if you are understanding and you're applying daily concepts that you are learning in life, in the school. We found that the village boy, Raju, he felt very empowered, his family felt empowered, and they became very, very active participants in the community's future planning. We should do this, we should do that, because this is how it works. So all that engagement started to happen because now they felt that they had something in their hands that they could use as a magic wand to ask any questions and get personalized responses. So by bridging the gap between science literacy and their everyday lives, we helped create an inclusive and much more engaged community. Are we together so far? So I'll just pause for a moment. We talked a lot about empathy in the beginning. We talked a lot about technology as a way to provide that empathy. And I shared a couple of stories with you. The homework piece, the tutor piece, the idea of science literacy becoming so powerful. And there's one piece that I thought I'll tell you about the future of science education. And before I do that, I want to do a magical performance. Are you excited? So I'm also a magician. I'm a professional magician. I don't perform these days because too busy. Life is also giving me a lot of surprises, so I'm trying to just take it as it comes. And a famous technologist said that any good technology is no different from magic, isn't it? Any good technology is no different from magic. If I can take my phone and talk to my father in India, it's actually magic, isn't it? But it is all enabled through technology. So when you build technology, of course you look at empathy as an important metric, but then you also depend on your imagination. Because if you can imagine certain things, you can build the right technology for that imagination. Case in point, go 300 years before today, like go to 1600s or 1700s. If somebody told, hey, I can talk to somebody 1,000 kilometers away over the phone, It would be a crazy idea, isn't it? 1600s, 1700s, there were no phones. It was impossible. Somebody would say, hey, I want to fly long distances. I want to get from New York to London in 6 hours. Crazy idea. It used to take 6 months or whatever, right, through the ship, if they had some. But people imagined. People started asking questions. Is it possible? So that idea of imagination is so powerful, it can really unlock a lot of possibilities. So on that note, I have a magic performance, and whenever I perform, I'm actually very scared and nervous, because a lot of things go wrong. I hope today it will be fine. So my magic thing is there. I'll go there, okay? Applause, please. Thank you so much. So, I think I have been practicing magic for last 10 years, and the reason I became a magician was because I felt that there's so much strong connection between technology and magic. So when you learn magic, you become much more observant. You start asking questions. You start testing assumptions. Can a table fly? Yes, it can if you do this, right? And I always say, when you do magic, when you see the magic, it's also about asking not the how, but what really wowed the customers, the people that saw the magic. And you depend on those, because people is people, right, at the end. If you can wow them with this magic, you can also wow them with technology if you hit the right chord. And that is why I learned magic, and I perform at times, but I feel that we can really draw a lot of inspiration from magic. I was introduced to magic in 2012 by a famous magician in the US when I was at for my MBA program at the Harvard Business School. There was a magician who came to our class. I got inspired, and then I became a very big fan of David Copperfield. I went to his shows in the US, watched him multiple times to really see how he does things, but then I realized it's not about the tricks. It's about asking the right questions. It's about imagining the future and making that possible. So we've done that. And I really urge the audience as well to think about new possibilities. For me, magic is the outlet to think of those new possibilities. And looking into the future, I feel that we should create a world. We are here in this great community, and it is upon us to envision a world where education is accessible to all, education is powered by right technology, and it is grounded in empathy. If we have these three elements, I think we are building something that will really empower education in the future and make this world a better place. But this vision goes beyond technology. It is about creating a global classroom where every student every student, regardless of their background and race, has the opportunity to succeed, and we enable that. In fact, our journey at Tag Hive and our product Class Sathi, we are trying to stay ahead of the curve and thinking hard, what do students need more? How can we be relevant today and in the next 5 years, next 10 years, and make our system more user-friendly, more powerful, more personalized? So my call to action for all the folks in the audience is that we ask ourselves this question: what can we do today? What can we do today to move towards the future? The first thing we can do is to encourage all educators to embrace the power of technology, to embrace the power of empathy in their teaching. We urge the teachers to look for ways to make their classrooms more inclusive and more engaging. That is the first call to action that I want to leave you with. And second, I want you to talk to us, explore ways we can collaborate, because educators need partners such as us to talk and discuss how we can work together and make something nice possible. In closing, I want to just thank you all once again for your time and your attention. As I told you, this is my 20th year in Korea. And it's an honor and a special privilege, and I want to thank ma'am for inviting me. Honestly, I'm yet to get there where I can come here and speak, but ma'am found or saw something in me and invited me to be here. So it's really an honor, and thank you so much, ma'am, for having me. I hope I did justice to the keynote. And I really feel that we have talked about the intersection of science, technology, empathy, and how we can use that to transform education. As we move forward, these are my closing remarks, as we move forward, let's remember that each one of us in the room holds the power to shape the future. Each one of us holds the power to shape the future of classrooms and education. By embracing innovation and fostering human connections, we can create classrooms and learning experiences that don't just teach, but inspire. We have the opportunity today to make education not only a pathway to knowledge, but a catalyst for personal growth, community building, and societal change. I look forward to connecting with many of you post this session, and I want to take this conversation forward. You see my LinkedIn profile here. I'm also very active on LinkedIn. Please do reach out to me if you have any questions, if you want to explore more. And I think together, we can really conjure a future where education is as magical as it is meaningful, where every student feels valued, where learning becomes a lifelong journey of discovery and empowerment. Let's just not dream of a better future for education. Let's create it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your wonderful keynote speech. Why don't you give him a big round of applause one more time? Yeah, thank you very much for your attention. And we hope that ASPAC 2024, which begins today and run through September 7, will be an opportunity for all of us to grow and develop further through empathy and communication. Your participation and enthusiasm will make this event more meaningful. So before we wrap up this opening ceremony, we would like to give several announcements about the luncheon time, and I believe you're a little bit hungry, right? So we prepared a luncheon for the VIPs member and the participants. So please visit the Science Cafe on the second floor of the building. And don't forget to return to your translation receiver at the registration desk. And we hope that all of you have a fruitful and meaningful experience through this ASPAC 2024 conference. Once again, thank you very much for your participation, ladies and gentlemen, and congratulations on the successful start of ASPAC 2024. I have to say goodbye here. Thank you for having me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a great luncheon time. Thank you very much. 네, 다시 한 번 더 안내 말씀드리겠습니다. 지금 사용하신 리시버는요, 등록 데스크 입구 쪽에 다시 반납을 부탁드리겠습니다. Ladies and gentlemen, please return to your receiver to the registration desk.